I still remember my inward groan when I learned that you were pretty much damned if you did and damned if you didn't. But if there are both sins of omission and commission, we who eat eggs from industrial sources are no doubt guilty of both. We are party to the sins of commission, the debeaking of the baby chicks immediately after hatching, the close confinement with thousands of other hens without room to stretch their legs or flap their wings, and the whole life of the bird lived without sunlight, green grass, or fresh air, without the ability to chase a cricket, take a dust bath, or fly up to the roost at night. On top of all that, there's the sin of omission. No one ever thanks these hens for their eggs. Because these chickens live in unhealthy and stressful conditions, they are often unhealthy themselves, and you can see this in their pale, watery eggs. A good egg is laid by a mentally and physically healthy hen. What this translates into is a free-running chicken. Translates into free-running chickens that eat high-quality, unmedicated feeds, plus all the insects and plants they want, with the odd bit of meat thrown in when they capture a mouse or other small creature. Chickens are omnivores too. The hen's quality of life is of the utmost importance when it comes to the quality of the egg, for only a happy hen produces an egg with a viscous white and a high, plump yolk. Unlike the pale, watery yolks we're used to in supermarket eggs, these eggs are brilliant orange. These yolks are brilliant orange, even red. In fact, egg yolk is rossi, or red in Italian. A free-range hen who pecks and scratches and eats a huge amount of nutritious bugs, insects, and plants gives us eggs high in omega-3 fatty acids. Since this was reported a few years ago, some commercial egg producers have been adding algae to their chicken feed to boost omega-3s. This may help on the omega-3 front, but not in the larger problem, which is treating hens as if they were inanimate egg-producing machines. And what you get out of a hen treated like a machine is a dull shadow of the real thing. What you get out of a hen treated like a hen is an egg that tastes like the ones that prompted Henry James to write. I had an excellent repast, the best repast possible, which consisted simply of boiled eggs and bread and butter. It was the quality of these simple ingredients that made the occasion memorable. The eggs were so good that I am ashamed to say how many of them I consumed. It might seem that an egg which has succeeded in being fresh has done all that can be reasonably expected of it. I think that's the end of my prepared remarks. Here's more information. I also have cards out front if you're interested, and would encourage you to, if you haven't yet, go to localharvest.org, which I think there's many sites you can go to, but if you want to find some local food, I think localharvest.org is one of the best. You just put in your zip code, say you want eggs, and it'll get egg producers near you. So thank you.
Now we'll really put her to the test. The last half hour or so is really meant for questioning and answering, or question and answer session. So what I'll do is I'll grab a couple mics, so give yourself a couple seconds to think about some questions, and we can just we can quiz Tara, all right?
Or I can repeat the question here.
Yeah, I was just wondering what you think about soy milk maybe versus regular milk.
He asked what I think of soy milk versus regular milk. You know, it's not a question I get very often. I don't drink soy milk. I suppose soy milk is fine. I tend to like things that are more or less straight from the earth or straight from the animal as much as possible. So I generally eat those fresh green soybeans edamame, and I sometimes have minimally processed soybeans like in tofu. I don't know how processed soy milk is, but I imagine it's a good thing. I guess I tend to just drink regular milk. And I know some people can't because of lactose intolerance and other things, but I've not really studied how soy milk is made, or I suppose it's good if you can get GMO-free soy milk, but that's not, I'm not a huge soy person, I guess, so sorry about that.
How does Henry get the biodiesel? Where is his source for that?
Oh, that's a secret. She said, how does Henry get his biodiesel? There's a person down the road who makes it in their garage. So every time he goes up and back to market in his truck, he actually goes by this place, or he goes slightly out of his way. And I think it might be a little under the table, but he gets used vegetable oil. He makes biodiesel, and Henry buys it. So it's a little bit of a local economy thing, although it might be a little flat.
Hi, I was wondering where Henry finds his seeds.
Oh, yeah, he orders from about 35 different catalogs, but primarily I would say the bulk of what he gets is from two Fedco seeds from Maine. They do a lot of bulk. And then Johnny's Selected Seeds, which has both a bulk, sort of a market gardener division and then a home gardener division, so you don't have to buy 5 pounds of seed like Henry does. You can buy smaller amounts. But then he goes to many, many other catalogs for certain things, because he really loves that variety. So he goes to Kitazawa seeds for some of his Japanese vegetables, and High Mowing seeds. Do you know that one? I think it's another Maine, High Mowing, M-O-W-I-N-G seeds. I can't remember. He has Italian heirloom seed company that he gets from. If you want a full list, I'll try to get it. You can email me, but I would say probably almost 60-70% of what he gets is from Johnny's and Fedco. And then after that, lots of smaller orders from a bunch of dozens of other catalogs.
My question has to do with regulation. How do you, answer the question regarding, if we buy something from corporations, we have the FDA to regulate certain foods, and there's certain way things have to be done. What kind of regulations and standards are organic farmers held to, and who holds them responsible for that?
Are you talking more about food safety, or?
Yes.
Okay, because the main regulation that organic farmers farm under is the organic standards, the USDA, National Organic Program, the NOP, which tells them what they can and can't use and all that kind of thing. But in terms of health, right now, and this might be changing, right now if you grow and sell fresh, whole, uncut, unprocessed fruits and vegetables, you just pick them, wash them, bring them to market, there's no oversight of that at the moment. It might be changing. And then after you get a little further, like if you want to start making salsas or pesto or something, then you start to be not under FDA, you're under actually Illinois Department of Public Health and local health departments. And if you do anything with meat or eggs, you're under Illinois Department of Agriculture. Often you're under actually a number of different people, which is I've started to learn more than I want to about this. I sit on the Illinois Department of Public Health Food Safety Subcommittee, and we meet every couple months, and I'm always astounded every time I go for various reasons of what they seem to spend their time on. I think we actually need to be writing some more regulations and some different regulations. Right now, regulations are written by and for large industry, and it's sometimes very hard for a small producer to meet those regulations without going out of business. My friend Leslie Cooperband is the first on-farm goat dairy here in Illinois, in Champaign, and it was unbelievable how many times she had to get inspected and approved by how many different people before she could make goat cheese. And they really didn't like the idea that she was making goat cheese on her farm. They said, well, why don't you just transport the milk to some facility somewhere else? And she said, well, the whole idea of farmstead goat cheese is that you make it on the farm. And they're very uncomfortable with that idea. But she has the most beautiful place now, perfectly, spotlessly clean and inspected all the time. And they test the milk all the time. And you can do it, but it cost her an immense amount of money to get that facility up and running.
Have you seen any differences between your family who's grown organic foods versus other families that you've known who haven't grown organically?
In terms of?
Just any health issues.
Health issues. Well, we're pretty healthy, but I always hate to make any claims like that because we're all drinking water and breathing air that's polluted, and so we're all at risk of having these insults to our cells that could eventually turn into cancer or something. So there certainly are no guarantees in life. I think that we're basically happy and healthy, and we work pretty hard. And I'd say that there's a difference between our family and other families. It's that we're tired more. We go to bed earlier.